Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're going to learn a little English using a really simple story. We'll break it down step by step. And you know what? I bet you'll be surprised by just how much you can pick up. Sound good? Let's dive in.
All right, so here's the plan for today. First, we're just going to listen to the story. Then we'll put on our detective hats and figure out the who, when, and where. After that, we'll jump into the action words, learn some cool new vocabulary, and then it's your turn to practice. Let's get to it.
All right, section 1. Super simple. I'm just going to read the story out loud. Now, don't stress about understanding every single word, okay? Just listen. See what words you recognize. That's it. Okay, here we go. Last March, we went to the beach. We went there by car. I traveled with my family and my friends. At the beach, we ate sandwiches and fruit. The climate was sunny and warm. We swam, played, and took many pictures. We all felt very happy and relaxed. Awesome. Just listening is a huge first step. Now let's dig a little deeper into what's going on in this story.
And just like that, we're on to section 2. So this is the fun part where we get to be detectives. We're on the lookout for the big 3 clues in any story: who, when, and where. Let's start the investigation.
So let's get right to it. Our main questions are, who is on this trip, when did it happen, and where did they go? The answers are all right there in the story we just heard.
And we found them. So, when did this happen? Last March. Easy enough. Where did they go? To the beach. And we even get a bonus clue how they got there. By car. See how just a few simple words can paint a really clear picture? It's pretty cool.
Okay, awesome. We've got the when and the where locked down. So what's next? The who. Who was actually on this beach trip? Let's check back with the story.
And there it is. The story tells us, I with my family and my friends. So simple, right? You're doing great with this. Let's keep this ball rolling.
All right, moving on to section 3. You know, every story needs action, right? It's what makes it interesting. So now we're going to focus on those action words, the verbs, that tell us exactly what happened on this trip.
Okay, so one quick thing to notice is that all of this stuff already happened. It's in the past. In English, when we talk about that, we use what's called the simple past tense. I know it sounds a little technical, but trust me, it's super easy. It just means we're talking about something that's started and finished. The trip is done. It's over. So the words we use have to show that.
So what does that actually look like? Well, take a word like go. That's right now. But in our story, in the past, go becomes went. Same thing with eat. Eat becomes ate. Swim becomes swam. And take becomes took. It's just a small change to the word that tells us the action is all done.
Let's just say these past tense words out loud so you can get a feel for them. Try repeating them after me. Ready? Went, traveled, ate, swam, played, took. Nice. These are the words that really make the story move.
All right, section 4. So let's do a quick recap. We know who went, where they went, and what they did. But now, let's get to the good stuff. The little details that make you feel like you were actually there. We're talking about the food, the weather, and, of course, the feelings.
Okay, time for a quick memory check. Do you remember what food they ate on the beach? And what about the weather? What was it like? Think back for a second. Let's see if you got it right. Yes, you got it. The story says they ate sandwiches and fruit. And the weather? It was sunny and warm. These are such great words to know because they help you paint a picture with your language, you know? And now for maybe the most important part of any story. We know what they did, but how did they feel? That's what really matters, right? The end of our little story tells us exactly that. There it is. They felt happy and relaxed. I mean, with just those 2 words, you know everything, don't you? You know it was a good day. And honestly, being able to talk about feelings, that's one of the best things about learning a new language.
And here we are, our final section. Your turn to practice. We have totally taken this story apart, piece by piece. So let's just take a quick look back at everything we've covered.
I mean, look at all this. First, we just read the story. Then, we hunted down all the key details. We figured out those past tense verbs. And we picked up a bunch of new words for food, weather, and feelings. Seriously, you've done an awesome job today. So I'm going to leave you with one last question to think about. Out of all the words we talked about today, words like beach or went, sunny, happy, which one new word are you going to remember? Just pick one. Say it out loud right now, and maybe, just maybe, try to use it sometime this week. Thanks so much for learning with me today. Keep up the great work.